and welcome back. We're here with Eye on Cancer, and we're getting some very good answers from you, Dr.
Nice
M.
Yeah.
So, our next question, actually it's for me, it's from John S. And he says, I have a question for Linda. I'd like to know what type of cancer you had and some experiences you had in dealing with it. And first off, it's not an easy thing to talk about the cancer because you never can tell when something is going to strike a chord and make you just start crying like a baby. So I'm not going to let that happen. One of the greatest things that occurred with me over the last 20 years, since 1994, the first time that the cancer came, was that I have realized that I have a choice about how I live my life. And I have chosen through the cancer experience to be positive. Now, I can't, there's no medical proof that says that being positive helps you, but it helped me. I chose to feel that working as a team with the doctors would be better for me, and it made me feel better inside, and it took away the stress, and I personally feel that that is a good thing. And here 20 years later, I'm still walking around and talking about it, and so for me, I'm right. Working with so many different doctors, and I'm going to refer to Dr. Mehdi about this. I have been through a lot of oncologists. I'm going to hazard a guess, I think 6 oncologists during this last 20 years. And until I found you, I always felt, and this probably is not true because medical oncology is a very tough road to travel because people die. Mm-hmm. And I mean, people die in normal life. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're heading towards death. But your attitudes are so different from every other oncologist that I have dealt with. You care. I don't know how to express it any further than that, but I'll try. I will try. You listen to the patient's whole life experiences as you're treating them. You encourage them to talk. You don't have your eye on your watch as you're speaking with your patients. You're making eye contact and you are really listening to what they say. And in my experience with you, I have seen, just in discussing things with you, I have seen your eyes light up and something occurs to you and then we try something. And that is so different from other doctors. And I guess I want to ask you, how did you get to that place in your practice? How did you get there that you have you've made it a practice to listen to your patients?
Well, thank you. You're kind. I think if you keep going, I probably wouldn't be able to fit through the door going out. But, I tell you, it's not necessarily the difference in knowledge with the 5 or 6 oncologists that you've been through. It's a matter of connecting with a person. And if that is your doctor, then I think that's a very special relationship that you have. So it's just like connecting with any other person. And how I got it is that I used to be like that because they train us to be like doing 10 different things at one time. And talking, not necessarily, so like, they don't train us to, but in so many ways they do, like you talk down to the patient because you feel what you know the patient doesn't know, and they should just listen to you and not ask questions because it wastes your time and your mind. But you have to believe that that other person, although may know less than you, but they're not here for you to, show your academic skills to them. They're here to talk to you, explain to them in their language how they would understand what their issue is. And it does not take a lot more time, but you have to be really listening and not pretending.
And that is
so
that's
that is a learned behavior. And the fact that I keep balance doing what I do is you have to accept mortality. Only then you can start living your life. It is a reality.
Yeah.
So if you feel like, if you're scared of it, then you start protecting yourself from living life. Every day, it's a blessing to be up. And if the goal is, and the sooner you realize, is that our goal is not to satisfy ourselves. We are created to get out of ourselves and then be of help to someone. And if that is the goal, it's not that hard to do. Because I see patients who are younger than me dying of cancer. So I think it's somewhat of a unique perspective that I have, an opportunity to see life through their eyes, and it makes it very real, that what's real and what's not. And that helps me. And that I keep learning. It's not like I read a book and then I was all, I learned it all. So it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing.
And that is what you find. It is a daily thing. And it's, it's like I was talking, it's a choice that you make, whether you're the patient or you're the provider.
Absolutely. It's a choice between people or things.
There you go.
If you're focused on people, the day goes by better.
Yeah.
And easier. So.
I have to agree. And it's easier from our perspective too.
Yeah. Sure. And it works for me as it works for anybody else.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, as we said before, this is not a live show. This is not a call-in show. You may get your questions recorded and answered by calling in 775-727-9400, or you can email them to eoc@kpvm.tv. That's for Eye on Cancer. And we're getting some really good answers and some really good feedback.
It's getting interesting every time.
It is. The questions are
yeah,
very good.
I should thank everybody who asked these questions, because that makes so much more meaningful, for me as well. Coming and trying to answer and help.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and tune in again next time. We thank you, Dr. Mehdi. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Good evening.